Is it?
I mean, I only have 2 sets. It's that one and this one.
I think it's this one.
The correct one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
this one,
intercards
yeah.
because it's cardinal safe spots.
So I updated my slot.
Anybody need a refresher? Since it's been a minute.
Keep in mind that Neeby is joining us for the first time because we have successfully bullied Neeby into raiding.
Excellent.
It'll be fine. We got to work up to it anyway, and then we can go over the actual plan for stuff. Since I'm sure no one read it.
I briefly looked over it.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I was reading it, but then I got lost in the pages somewhere around page 308.
Yeah, there was a lot posted, and you were only supposed to read one of them.
Unfortunately, I can't get a doctorate by writing these, but you know, I try anyway.
If you could, you would. Just copy this, paste it into your dissertation, there you go.
But yeah, so basically, we've got the first real mechanic where if you get one of the individual AoEs, then you're going to go to one of the numbers. We're still going to do the strategy where the flares are just going with the 2 groups.
Yeah.
And then for light rampant, basically what we're doing is we're going to have all of the different roles stand in a particular spot to not to try to bait things out in a I understand the algorithm and I figured out it way, because we're just going to ignore that part of my ramblings. And basically the whole idea is that the healers are going to be planted in one spot, and it's just that the tanks and DPS have to adjust.
Yeah.
And the way that it'll work basically is you look to see if you are tethered to someone of your role, and if you are, then you need to, if you're the tank, then you move south. If you are the DPS, then you move towards the person of not your role that you're tethered to. Which, if you're tethered to the tank, then you want to move north to 4. But yeah, the healer just goes and stands on 1 or whatever spot we want the healer to have, and they just never move.
I think so that we don't get confused and build good habits. We'll just have the healer stand on 1 just all the time. That's on the B side anyways, where we'd be taking the flare.
Yeah,
I think previously we were standing on 2, but it's not that big of a change, I don't believe.
Yeah, the idea is just that basically there's only 2 patterns that you can get. Either you are tethered to 2 people of the opposite role, or you're tethered to 1 of each. And if you're tethered to the opposite role, then it doesn't matter where you're standing as long as you do a north-south split. And then for the other one, you just have to adjust. And DPS always have to adjust because there's more randomness with them. Whereas tanks and healers, you can just stand together somewhere and then you can see which one of you has it.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
And then the rest of it is in A1's images, which is basically just the idea that you're going to have people in the towers, and then the people with the orbs are going to bait it to the cardinals, and then they're going to run out, and they just keep going out because the tower people are going to collapse in and get the second tower, and then they're also going to spread apart a little bit so they can take the next cleaves, and then the orb people will take their own orbs, and then if you're already at 4 stacks, then you don't get the last tower, and if you don't have 4 stacks, then you get the last tower. But it'll make sense when we actually get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
I will missionary first. Clan for first raid line, and For TBN and party members, will go bottom and top.
Oh, double Dark Knight. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It's optimal.
It's level 80, you're finally allowed to play it.
Dark Knight's pretty comfy at 70. You just don't have the raid wide mitts.
Don't.
Yeah, so go to the side, don't be behind her. And then this is between the greens. So at 1.
Too greedy.
It's fine. I couldn't remember which one it was. So
I
I'm passing up.
I was positioning like it was the other one, and then I just pretended it was greed.
Shall freeze.
I'm just assuming we're gonna die in a second. Time to freeze.
Yeah. If we don't have the whole party up for that, then the right people don't get flares.
Yeah.
Okay. Take 2.
Yeah, so there's two possible patterns for that first one. Driving is don't, as in don't be behind, and then the other one has a B in it somewhere, and that means be behind.
The other one is binding, so it starts with a B.
Don't be behind, and then to 4, all the way out to the edge, whenever you're ready.
What? Oh, I missed.
And then we just cross over to the other side of Alpha.
Not even gonna let me use it, huh?
Yeah, you almost got the proc.
Absolutely not.
Fuck your living dead.
Like, I pressed it on accident, but it still was almost a good button. Oh, I was in the wrong spot. I need to be east of that.
Yeah.
Behind, but it's away.
We'll go over that one really briefly,
Yeah.
just to make sure everybody understands it. Now that we've seen it a couple times, this is a tank buster, and I'm supposed to admit, and I'm not admitting, but well, you can't soak it.
Are you sure? I think we're supposed to soak it.
That's
Definitely supposed to soak it, right? No, it's each tank gets one hand. That's right.
Yeah, you just have to evoke before she casts it, and that causes her to hit both tanks.
Oh.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, so the basic idea of that one is people are going to get little AoEs, and those are going to drop these things that explode in a big, like basically in every possible direction. And so you're just going to put them on the numbers, 1 per number. And then we're going to watch the little Shiva ice that's dropping around the outside. Wherever those start, that's where we want to try to get knocked back to. Because it'll be gone by the time we get knocked back. And the flares are going to get knocked back on top of people. So just be aware of that. The flares will be the people that get an ice debuff, which has to be Sunad. Otherwise, they will freeze in place and die. And then yeah, the priority is tank northwest, healer southeast, and then the people who get the initial puddles that are dropped, they're gonna get a heavy, so they want to go. They also have the northwest prio, and then the people who don't have any of that stuff get chasers, and they want to go the opposite direction, so they have the southeast prio. I may have that wrong. I may have that backwards.
It's backwards.
Yeah, you got it backwards.
Yeah, so the heavy people or the puddle people are southeast, the chasers are northwest.
Yeah. It's in the chat. So.
Okay.
Alright, food check.
There's probably a better way to do it, but I'm too lazy to figure it out, so.
I mean, once we get used to it, this way it's pretty straightforward.
Don't.
And then we're going towards 1 whenever you're ready. And then cross over.
Why did I waste the lily?
It's not wasting a lily. It's one more thing to your future blood loop. It's east-west, but
Oh, it was not east-west.
or not.
It was absolutely
I
not.
am
I
so
just-
blind.
I
today.
trusted
I
the
am
call
sorry.
out.
I trusted the call out.
So did I. I trusted my eyes. That was just a mistake.
That was the mistake.
I used all my brain power last night, apparently, on the Alexander downscale.
East-west is where the thing popped up first, I guess is what determines.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the first one that pops up. So, like, yeah, that time north-south popped up first, so we would have gone to north-south.
And if you miss where it pops up, then just look where the last one it was. And if you miss that, then hope somebody else saw it.
Yeah, hopefully the call-out's correct.
That is behind, and then we're going to 2. And then all the way to the other side.
Got the raise.
It's north-south.
North-south.
No, I went too far south and got hit. We'll get it eventually. When we said Rampart Prague, what we actually meant was fighting Prague.
Yeah. Don't.
Don't, and then 4. And cross.
Shall freeze.
East-west.
East-west.
Okay, what am I doing to get frozen?
You're not cleansing your debuff.
Oh,
what's
that's
happening.
right.
Yeah,
Behind.
this is behind.
Yeah, that's right. There's a debuff.
Okay.
The light shall usher in peace.
And stare at her. Make sure you don't look away, because looking away is cringe.
Impudence.
So I think we'll introduce a second small change, just to make it easier for me. Since we're gonna have the healer stand on 1 for the second mechanic, for the first mechanic, let's just have the healer stand on 1. So 1 is the spot, because a healer is definitely gonna get a puddle,
Yep.
or they
Yeah.
get a flare,
Sounds
right?
good.
So let's just have the healer stand on 1 for the puddle.
I think what
We
we
can-
had last time was healer on 1, tank on 4, and the DPS's.
Yeah,
So
which
Yeah.
is going to be the same setup for later, so that's fine.
And also remember, if you're a DPS that did not get a heavy, then you're gonna be going with the other group, which is north or west.
You would stoke the fires of conflict.
Behind and then 3. Oh. And then across.
Did Varus DC?
Yeah.
He DC'd. Oh no.
Shall freeze.
Well, that's at least one mechanic we're not going to be able to do.
Oh no.
North, south.
No, no. Ugh.
Don't be behind.
The light shall usher in peace.
Look away. And then that's in.
One more res, you can do it.
Consume.
Alright, get in your spots. DPS should be towards C. Spread out a little bit. We need to
No.
swap. Navy swap. Go
Maybe
to
go northwest
4.
tower.
Go to 4. Oh, somebody didn't bait their
Yeah.
thing. That's fine.
Close. Buns, be right back.
Yeah, so
That'll-
the basic idea for that one is the DPS want to be standing to the south, or in this case, it'll be where she's facing because she just decides to face south. We could flip it if it makes it easier, but you want to be in like a little square so that you're spread out enough so that you can kind of like see what's happening, but you're still like centered on the boss. And then you just check if you have a tether. If you see that you have a tether to one of the other DPS, then you want to look at where your other tether is going. So if your other tether is going towards the tank, who should be at 4, then you're just going to swap places with them. If your other tether is going towards the healer, who should be at 1, then you just go to 2. If you don't have a tether going to one of the other DPSs, then just pick 2 or 3, and you're good. You can pick either one, it doesn't matter. If you do not get a tether at all, then what we're doing is we're baiting to the cardinals. You want to be on that little star pattern inside of the middle of the snowflake. So as long as you're in one of the little diamonds that's part of that star, you're good. You want to be at the one that is across from whatever orb you get tethered to, because there'll be an orb at every cardinal direction, and you'll get tethered to one of those randomly. And you want to be as close into the center as you possibly can to make sure you bait out that first cone.
Yeah, I think the perfect place to stand that we established last time was on the star pattern. There's these little diamonds on the inner part of the star pattern. You want to stand on that diamond. Yeah.
I'm gonna move these back, but it's like this.
So you don't want to be exactly in the center. You want to be on the little diamond.
So that way you're as close in as possible, and it will guarantee that you are one of the 4 closest people.
Yeah, plus we're not directly in the center, so it'll bait
If
it
you're
to the
directly in the
cardinal
center,
direction.
your cone will shoot out in a random direction
Right.
and just kill
Yeah.
everybody.
And then what you do from there is you just move clockwise. I think we said clockwise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're gonna move clockwise towards the nearest clockwise number and just go through there and then out.
Yeah.
It's clockwise and out, you can just keep going out. We don't need
Yeah.
to wait in anymore.
Yeah, the only reason that we say clockwise is just so we can try to get it so that there's 2 people on each side, and then that they can. We only have 2 people, so they have room to like run around and bait their orbs and stuff. And yeah, just go ahead and like start moving out, even if that means downtime, because you don't want to take the next cleave.
Yeah.
It's still doable if you do, but you don't want to.
Bun is back, so let's go.
Yes, we're making
Yeah.
an hourglass shape. The plan I described earlier should make it very easy to do that. Unfortunately, this is a mechanic where DPS always have to adjust. There is nothing that can be done about that.
Well, not just DPS. Pretty much everybody.
But you can make it so that one of the supports doesn't have to, but that's just because of the way that the RNG works.
We have it so that the healers have to do the least work, but they still have to do some work.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that you don't do anything. I'm just saying that, like, in general, for the initial setup, and then we're going to 3.
freeze.
East west.
We don't have a flare here.
Yeah, they
Fine.
hit the wrong way. That's okay.
Yeah, it's
I-
all good.
I won't lie. I can lose.
Don't be
Real
behind.
quick
Behind.
switch right
In
there.
front, in front.
I think I need to turn down the special particle stuff because I can't see shit.
Would it help if I called out the letters instead of the direction? I'm sorry, I
Ow.
wasn't paying. I was being dumb.
Ow!
Yeah, that
It's
probably
stunted
did
on.
it better for me.
Look away.
Look away.
Bun you. Well, yeah.
It's not.
Out.
Go all the way out. All the way out.
It's not okay.
Consume you.
All right, get in your spots. That's
One up,
takes
fire
to
DB
four,
up.
keeps to 1.
I'll move.
I need to swap. Nope, we're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that backwards. I saw the infinity and I thought that was the hourglass. Or the other way around, whatever.
Let me turn down the special particle so I can actually see what's going on.
Does everybody understand the basic idea with the tethers? If it helps, they are the same as O12 essentially. You're just looking what direction it goes in, and that tells you who you're tethered to. So if it's going off towards 1 or towards the east, then you're tethered to a healer. If it's going off towards 4 or towards the west, then you are tethered to a tank. Otherwise, it'll be by somebody that's standing next to you.
All right.
And the general look order should just be face towards, or like have your camera set up so that you can see the other people in your group. And then that way you can immediately see if it's tethered to somebody in your same role group. And if there's one, then that's when you change and you look to see who else you're tethered to. And if there isn't, then just pick a side.
Alright. I'm gonna go. I'll try now.
Send the cat down.
Don't, so that's going to be 1, but be kind of towards alpha as well. Just so you have less space that you have to run, and then run to the other side.
I was out of thunderclap range. That was terrifying.
Shall freeze.
North south.
That's Alpha Charlie for the directionally challenged.
Hey, not
No,
bad.
I fucked it up. Oh well. Maybe it kills everyone.
There's a chaser on us. That's cool.
I forgot to unfreeze myself.
Behind.
Behind. I'm just embalming.
I figured as much.
I'm up.
The light shall usher in.
We're gonna look away.
This is weird. I don't like this.
In.
I got Nibi.
Just hard res, yeah.
And then you can start going to your light rampant spots.
I don't know if I'm up in
Light
time.
consume you.
Maybe I'll still get an orb.
We're dead. Oh wait, no, we're not.
I did not get an orb.
Alright.
We are
You
dead.
made the
Rose
square,
swap.
but
Rose northwest. Rose northwest. Damn it. All right.
Right, maybe there's like
Oh
a,
right. There is a grace period, I guess, where you can go up and get an orb. But I think if you're dead going, then you'll never get a tether.
No, I don't think there is. I think the moment the cast finished,
Oh.
it had already decided, because
Yeah.
I did not get an orb.
Yeah. No. So because it was a box, and healer stays, 4 and 2 would swap. Basically.
yeah.
If it's
Here,
a
let
box,
me.
healer stays. So 4 and 2 swaps.
So basically, what's happening is the DPS are going to be stood over here, kind of in a pattern like this.
Okay, so from my understanding, we always want the clock at hourglass figure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't do the north-south towers if you're a box, because both tethers need to be equal length, or you die, basically.
Yeah, so the DPS stand kind of like this, melee's in, ranged out. And then both healers are going to be on 1, both tanks are going to be on 4, and then all you have to do is stare at the debuffs that you get, and if you have chains in your debuffs, then that means they're going to be tethered, and then you can figure out where your tethers are. But yes, I have probably made this mechanic more complicated by having a plan for it, but it will make sense eventually.
I don't think so. It's a mechanic
think the
you need a
mechanic
plan
itself-
for.
Yeah,
Well, you
it's-
definitely do, but
I mean, it's more complicated, but it will be more consistent once everyone gets it.
yeah. It should be more successful than randomly run around and panic and hope you figure it out.
Yeah. 8-player mechanics are hard to vibe.
Behind.
Behind, and then we're going to 3, but be kind of closer to Charlie. Not too close, but... And then cross.
Your blood shall freeze.
East-west.
That's Bravo Delta.
Every time. Well, hopefully this doesn't mess everyone up. It did.
Yeah.
Don't be behind.
Oh, I booked too early. Oh well.
Don't be behind.
Nah, I'm trying to get hit. I must be punished for my sins.
I'll get the one you don't get, bud.
I got Navy.
The light shall usher in peace.
I almost died. Holy shit.
Don't look.
I'm busy almost dying. I don't have time to not look.
Out.
Out. Wow. That snapshot is super early in that gas bar. Damn.
Well, it's also because she's not actually in the center.
Consume you.
Get your spots.
Tune. Never mind.
Oh,
You
yeah.
swap vertically, yeah. That was a vertical swap. Needed to be an I needed to swap. I took too long to identify that though. Yeah.
So again, the method for figuring that out is, if you stand on your spot, you just face your camera towards the other role person in your group, and if there's a tether going to them, then if you're a tank, you have to swap.
Yeah.
If there
It
is,
took me too long to figure out
you
which
just stay where you
DPS
are.
to swap with, which I needed to go for 4 to 3.
you should
Or 3
always
with-
be able to swap with 3. The DPS needs to do it correctly. The DPS needs to pay attention to who they are tethered to and move towards that person. The tank just always adjusts to 3 if they need to adjust.
You would stoke the fires of conflict.
Don't.
And then 4. And remember to be a little bit closer to Alpha. You don't have to be right on the edge, but just close enough so that you have a shorter distance to run.
Shall freeze.
North, south.
Alpha Charlie. Remember to move.
Be behind.
I was scared for a second there. I was like, why is she pointing at me?
The light shall usher in
Get ready to look away.
Out.
impudence.
Out. Go all the way out. And then light rampant spots.
Consume you.
No swap. That was good.
No swap. That was good.
Oh, you're right. I can't see. I didn't follow my own rules. Orb touch?
Somebody
Question mark?
touched an orb, I guess.
Make sure when you're running out that you don't run into orbs.
Does everybody get the plan for the orbs?
Yeah, you should be. So I was standing on the diamond between 1 and 2, I believe. And in my case, I would have ran through the diamond, pointing towards C, and then moving towards C.
Yeah, you just move towards
Don't
two,
hit
the closest number to your clockwise view, basically.
The easy way to think about it is you get tethered to an orb, you go across from it, and then, if you're at Bravo, you're going to move out towards 2 when you need to move out, and that's the same color. So you're just following the colors.
Okay. Let's go.
You would stoke the fires.
Don't.
And then 1. Cross.
Shall freeze.
East-west.
That's Bravo Delta. And then we'll have the other mechanic behind.
The light shall usher in peace.
Look away. In. And then light rampant spots at your leisure.
Consume you.
Alright, 2 to 4 swap. Or never mind. Alright, 3 go to 4. 3 go to 4. 4.
It seems like that swap at the end is what's getting us.
Am I crazy, Quan?
What?
No. You know what? The answer is probably yes.
I don't think so. But
Hold on.
'Cause-
I need to see if I'm being the dumb there.
I mean,
I'm not even sure. I'm not really paying attention to your callouts because I'm just assuming that people are still trying to figure it out, and it's kind of one of those mechanics where they just have to learn it. But
I mean that call out was correct. 2-4 swap
Okay.
would have made everything work there.
2-4 swap would have worked. They swapped, so 3 and 4 the swap. Okay.
Yeah.
But
if-
yes,
Yes.
you should not be thinking about what towers need to swap because the only people who should be starting in towers are tanks and healers. DPS should not be in towers initially, and they can figure out which tower they need to go to based on who they're tethered to. You just want to be, essentially, you'll be in front of, but you'll be south spread out a little bit from the other DPS so you can see if you're tethered to one of them. If you're tethered to another DPS, then you look at which support you're tethered to. So if you're tethered to the tank, then you move to 4. If you're tethered to the healer, you go to 2. And that will work every single time to make the correct pattern.
Give me a second before you pull.
All right, in that case, all bio.
Yeah, me going to 3 wouldn't have worked. I still be.
I mean, if you're thinking of it with swaps, there are 2 possible swaps or types of swaps. There's either a 2-4 swap or a 2-4-3 swap. And the 2-4-3 swap is like kind of weird to think about. But because either it's a square, and with a square it's 2-4 swap, or it's like you need to rotate, and if you need to rotate, then 3 goes to 4. Is that right? Yeah, 3 goes to 4, 4 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, I think. Now I'm struggling to picture it.
Alright. I guess the basic way to think about it, there should never be a tether stretching east-west. If you see a tether stretching east-west, like if we're in a box, it's just the 2 and 4 swap. But
Yeah, box is actually an easy fix because you can just 2-4 swap.
you can always just make the box and then 2-4 swap.
Basically, there's only like 3 possible positions that everybody can be in, but for both opposite tethers or for both opposite chains, there's only one solution, and it's basically free because it's just the north-south split. And then for the other one, it can either be an east-west split or opposite diagonals. And so my strategy for solving it goes with the opposite diagonal one because it's easier to adjust to that.
Yeah.
Here's something, actually. If you are tethered to a DPS and a healer, you have to be... Wait, is that even... You have to be...
If you're a are you a tank or a DPS in this situation?
No, not 4.
No, 2.
You have to
if
be
you're
2.
Right?
Which situation are we talking about?
If you are tethered to... If they say the tank is tethered to healer DPS...
If tank is tethered to healer DPS, they have
need
to be 3.
3.
Yes.
Yeah. They have to be 3 if they're healer DPS.
Yeah, tank will only ever be 3 or 4, and then DPS can be 2, 3, or 4, depending on who they're tethered to. Or we just pray for the quote-unquote easy solution where you're not tethered to someone of your same role, and then as long as you are all in different towers, it will work.
Yeah.
Sorry, the only thing I'm trying to internalize right now that I'm struggling with, I think I understand it now. Thank you guys for explaining it. Is how to know whether I'm the DPS, like in the situation where there's the 3 people swap, like which DPS I should be, I guess.
You
like,
do it.
It depends on who you're tethered to.
Yeah, you look at where your tether is going. So if your tether is going towards a tank, then you swap with the tank. If your tether is going towards a healer, then you just move over to the healer side.
Okay, I get it now. That's fine. I shouldn't
If
make
you-
that mistake again. Now.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying it's like O12, where you just look at where your tether is going, and that's how you can figure out.
Sure. Yeah,
Who you're
I
tethered to.
misunderstood a couple of things, and now I think I get it now. I might still
However-
get it wrong once just because I'm getting the timing, but I get what's going on.
Key as a DPS and get tethered to both the supports, then you can just chill at 2.
And yes, Varus, technically the only people that actually ever swap are 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's just that in the situation where 3 and 4 are swapping, 2 has to make sure that they actually go to 2,
They're
and
at
they're
the
the
right-
person that's supposed to go to 2.
Yeah. Make sure that they're the right person to go to 2. Basically, whichever DPS is tethered to the healer goes to 2.
Oh. Make sure you move.
Yeah,
I
make sure
got my
you-
5-minute warning.
Yeah. If you're on the
I'm
south
good,
of the
we can
boss,
pull it.
if you're on the south side of the arena facing north, you will have a tether going to 1. And if you have a tether going to 1, then you just go to 2 and then stop. And then you're done.
Well, we could pull Jihad, but we need Varus to not be dead. So we either all need to
Yeah.
jump off or
Fool,
Yeah.
you would stoke the fires of conflict.
Starting the countdown. You got a couple more pulls. And then I have to go, but then Wayne can come in. And you guys can prog stage.
You would stoke the fires of conflict.
yes. That is basically how it works. Don't, and then 1.
Desperately trying to get my flank there.
Shall freeze.
North south.
That's Alpha Charlie. And then it's going to be behind.
Behind.
The light shall usher in peace.
Look away.
Alright, DPS south.
All the way out.
Move button.
He can't.
I
He's stuck,
accidentally
he's
clicked
stuck.
it. I accidentally clicked my attack button.
Get him up, and then light rampant spots.
Consume you.
This is the any pattern. Except I have an orb. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can. Nope.
Wait, did
Nope.
I did
Nope.
rotate counterclockwise there, didn't I?
Yeah. It's fine. As long as we don't blow up each other's orbs, it's fine.
Yeah, as long as you don't touch an orb, it doesn't matter too much. It'll matter later when you need to take your orb, but again,
Yeah.
as long as you don't take too many orbs, then you're fine.
All things return to orb.
You must embrace the orb, but only when it's ready.
Now be the orb.
We will stoke the fires.
Behind, and then 3.
The lines on the floor help there.
The lines on the floor should help with most of the mechanics in this fight,
I'm just starting to learn how to read the lines.
unlike some other things. That is Alpha Charlie. And this is going to be don't.
I like don't there. I have a flank at that exact moment.
The light shall us.
And look away. In. And then light rampant spots.
Light consume you.
That's a no swap. Move into your tower. Oh,
They touch the orb.
yep.
Yeah.
You have to be careful going into the north-south towers because the orbs are going to start going east-west.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I could go way farther clockwise than I am. We're going clockwise with orbs.
Well, yeah, we're doing clockwise, so it's going to be
So, like-
towards the number that is the same color as the cardinal that you're on.
Oh, the other thing is pull it across the boss slightly. So, like, if you're tethered to the north orb, go to the south of the boss.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. And then you go clockwise. It's the same thing we were doing last time, Varys.
He's just saying go as far away from your orb as you can.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So if you're tethered to south orb, then you're in the north spot. If you're tethered to east orb, you're in the west spot. And then as soon as you get hit by that cleave, that is your cue to run away. As long as you make sure you run through one of the numbers, you will be okay.
Yeah.
If you happen to do the wrong rotation direction, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you don't touch an orb. Yes. If you are doing, it depends. But if you're in the hourglass, then you move into the tower, the next set of towers, the closest one to you. If you are not, then you just move out with your orb and get as far out as you can.
Don't.
I just noticed my stream has been frozen for who knows how long.
Yay.
It wasn't my fault. I was distracted with getting a bite of pizza.
Look at this guy eating pizza during raid. I can't believe it.
Can't. East west.
That is Bravo Delta.
Sure.
Oh, I'm dropping a thing there. Maybe it's
I was
bad timing for me to
assassinated.
dash it.
It's fine. Behind. Yeah, whenever you have chasers, you're basically just stuck. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to join society again. You've been shunned. That is not the button I meant to press. Oh well.
Damn.
The light shall usher
Look away. In. And then light rampant spots.
light consume you.
That's a swap. Oh, the other DPS doesn't need to swap. And then go out if you have an orb. Everybody else move towards the tower. Ooh.
Orb touch.
Yep.
It's okay. This gives me opportunity to eat this pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah. Just remember, if you're one of the people doing the towers, you don't have to move right away because the tower doesn't go
You
on
have
for a little
time.
while. So you can just chill and like wait for the orbs.
Oh yeah, this will definitely be my last pull.
Don't.
And then that's one. And cross.
No.
Look at this guy trying to sneak in trying to weave in some pizza.
Always.
Pizza's only like eye level 533 though.
Shall free.
It's true.
I'm just saying, like, it passed, so I'm good.
Alpha Charlie.
North south. Be behind.
Behind.
Oh, dang, why does that go on for so long?
Because they want you to be shunned from society. Oh, she's a little north. It's fine. Look away.
In.
And in. Light rampant spots.
Consume you.
Nice.
Oh,
I saw that orb heading straight for Rose and them, and I was like, fuck. I was trying to move it to, like, move it more towards 3, but it was already too late.
A good way of looking at it, from your diamond, put yourself on the
Nah,
closest
I know
inner
it's
card,
good.
and then just move straight out,
Yeah, I got out of the
and then
place
just
quickly and everything.
trust them to
It's
dodge.
just the orb was running through the tower, so I was like, well, I'll shortcut it and run over here, and then it'll miss the tower, and it did not.
No, the orb will always run through the tower. Don't worry about it. It's up for the tower people to dodge it. They can just wait like a second or two, and then it'll be clear from the tower. That was my last pull call, actually. Because got DSR. The Wayne should be back soon. Sorry. Apologies.